In this video, you'll learn 9 easily actionable tips for creating case study videos that deliver results. It's no secret that good case study videos can really help skyrocket your sales by giving you that much needed extra edge, especially when it comes to customers who otherwise may remain on the fence. So make sure you stick around. Hi, I'm John here at Spiel Creative. Before we get started, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you'll get notified every time we upload a new video to help you with your video marketing. Okay, so let's get straight into our 9 tips, starting with tip 1, manage objections. Before going ahead with a purchase, especially if it involves a substantial investment, we all have concerns about whether we are making the right choice. And your customers are no different. If your case study video helps address the specific concerns that your prospects most commonly raise before making a purchase, then they can really help boost your conversion rates. For example, if an objection that you often face is the price is too high, then creating a case study video where one of your existing customers describes how your product provided a brilliant return on investment can be great for convincing them that your solution offers good value for money. Or if your prospects are often unsure about the quality of what you're offering compared to your competitors, then creating a case study video showcasing how you delivered excellent quality for a client and surpassed their expectations can be a great way of getting past this objection and gain an edge over your competitors. What makes case study videos so effective at managing objections is the fact that it's far more believable when real customers endorse your offering and the value it can provide, compared with you alone making those claims. The first step, however, in accomplishing this is to actually know what are the most common concerns that your prospects have before proceeding with a purchase. Some great ways to uncover these include conducting focus groups, surveying your existing customers, and speaking with your sales team, who are the ones that are most likely to be on the front line of receiving them. Okay, now on to my next tip. Tip 2, differentiate yourself. It's rare for a customer to look at just one provider before making a purchase. More often than not, you will be in competition with a number of similar providers and you will need to differentiate yourself to win the sale. Case study videos provide a great opportunity for you to accomplish this by showcasing what sets you apart from your competitors. Think about what makes you really stand out and then highlight this in your case study videos. To do this effectively, make sure you get your customer to explain why your unique selling points are so important to them rather than just simply stating what they are. For example, if you provide technical support 7 days a week but your competitors don't, a case study where your customer talks about how they often need technical support on the weekends and you never let them down can really work wonders. Tip 3, choose the right customers for your case studies. Now, this one might seem obvious, but choosing the right customer is key to the success of your case study videos. So how should you decide who to include? Well, firstly, you should aim to include customers who are genuinely happy with your service and as a consequence, enthusiastic about endorsing you. If they have given you a written testimonial or promoted your product by word of mouth, even better. Your customer should also have a good story to tell, which is relatable to your most typical customer. For example, if you are an accounting firm and your typical clients include small retailers, but you get a case study from a multinational oil company for whom you did some one-off auditing work, on first glance, it may appear that this will help boost your credibility. But in reality, this case study may actually serve to alienate your typical prospect, who most likely won't be able to see themselves in the shoes of this much larger company. Lastly, make sure the customers you choose for your case study videos actually look good on camera. Now, this may seem a bit shallow, but unless your chosen customers are comfortable speaking clearly on camera, you may end up with a series of case study videos which appear unconvincing, despite what you actually accomplished for that customer. Once you've picked your customer, it's time to think about what you want them to say, which moves me nicely on to tip 4, have a good structure. Creating any high quality video needs proper planning, and case study videos are no exception to this rule. Having a good structure to follow can really help with this. What works really well for us here at Spiel is an easy to follow 4-part structure, which I'll break down for you now. Part 1, introduce your customer. This basically involves giving a general overview of who your customers are and what they do. This part should not only include an overview of your customer's business, but also properly introduce the people featured in the video and their respective roles, which will make them more relatable to your audience. Part 2, life before. Your main goal here should be to describe how life was for your customer before they went ahead with your product or service. The more specific you can be with describing their challenges, the better. Part 3, life after. Next, your customer should describe life after they went ahead with your offering. Basically, it's time to get into the results. Now, the key thing here is to explain clearly how your solution has improved the life of your customer in a measurable way. And finally, part 4, your customer's recommendation. Your video can conclude with your customer giving their response to the question, what would you say to anyone thinking about proceeding with X? X being your offering. Okay, now that you have a good structure to follow, let's move on to my 5th tip, which is tip 5, incentivize your customers to do the shoot. How you do this is really up to you, but you need to make sure you make it worthwhile for your customers to feature in your case study videos. There is a substantial amount of work involved in producing a high quality video, and your customers will have to take time out of their busy schedules to do the necessary work. So don't be surprised if even clients that are really happy with your service and have given you glowing written testimonials opt out from helping you create a case study video. To make it worth their while, you can consider offering them a discount on their next purchase, or maybe you can make it a good marketing opportunity for them. For example, if you'll be sending your video to your mailing list, then this can also potentially become an opportunity for your featured customer to introduce themselves to new prospects who may not yet be aware of their offering. The key takeaway here is that you should look for ways to create a win-win situation where your customers will also benefit from the work they will have to put in to create a good case study video for you. Tip 6, make it short and sweet. Make sure to keep your case study videos short, relevant, and to the point. If your video drags on too long, your viewers can easily become bored, which means they will not make it all the way to the end. In our personal experience, case study videos between 5 and 9 minutes generally tend to get the best engagement levels. A good rule of thumb to follow when deciding on the length of your videos is that the more complex and higher priced your product or service, the more in-depth your case studies will need to be. This is because as the investment the prospect has to make goes up in value, so does the perceived risk associated with your purchase. So your prospects are likely to want a more detailed explanation if they will have to make a substantial investment. Okay, let's move on to our next tip. Tip 7, make it believable. Your prospects are much more likely to trust your case study videos if they are realistic and believable and don't seem to be exaggerated. One great way to make sure your case studies are more believable is by adding facts and figures. For example, rather than your customer just mentioning that they achieved a great return on investment from adopting your product, it's better to state the actual figure. So instead of a customer saying something like, going ahead with this purchase has reduced our printing costs, isn't as effective as saying, going ahead with the purchase has dropped our annual printing costs by 32.5%. You get the idea. And make sure you don't exaggerate. For example, if you sell custom designed office lamps, your video doesn't need to include your customer making comments like, buying this lamp has been the best decision we have made as a business. Sure, your customer may totally love your custom lamps and they should certainly mention this. But at the same time, they don't need to go overboard, as claims that sound unrealistic and too far-fetched can break trust and make your audience more wary. Next up, tip 8, prepare your content properly before shooting. You should carefully plan the content of your video so that you know what questions you will ask your customer and have a sense of how they will respond. However, we don't recommend scripting this heavily so that your customer ends up sounding robotic. Tip 9, use interesting visuals. Just like you should prepare the verbal content of your video, you should also give some thought in advance to the visuals, in particular, the locations you will shoot at. For example, if your video will be shot at your client's offices, it's good to have an idea of which parts of the office will be available for you to film in, who will be present there, and what kind of lighting will be required. Alongside filming your video at the best locations available to you, consider using fast-paced editing and adding some interesting graphics to keep your viewers engaged till the end. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any further questions regarding case study videos, let me know in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer them. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such videos to help you with your video marketing. And finally, if you need any further help with your video marketing or production, don't hesitate to get in touch with us here at Spiel by visiting www.spielcreative.com. Goodbye for now.